About a 2-minute warning here, and we will begin promptly at 11 o'clock. Good morning, everyone. It is certainly a pleasure to share this time with you for session 3. And welcome. This is about your leadership vision. Please be sure to rename yourself in Zoom to include your district and role. For example, 130 DD Sandy Chin. So however it's applicable for you. And don't forget for any technology support that you may have, please contact our Zoom master, who will be Patrick Defoe tonight or this morning to provide you any assistance that you may need. I am Daryl Brown. I am the Region 1 advisor. I service the needs of the northwestern portion of the United States and Canada, to include British Columbia and Yukon, and also Alaska. It's my pleasure to serve as your facilitator for this session. Please, next slide, please. One of the things that I experienced when I became president of a club known as Simply Speaking in District 26, for which I'm also a charter member, I became the 5th president of the club at that time, and we were faced with some challenges during that particular time. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to be president at the time. I was enjoying myself just being a regular member. But we were faced with challenges such as absenteeism in leadership. We were not accomplishing all of the goals that we were supposed to accomplish, and the morale was low. And it put me in a position that I needed to think about, how did I want to see this club flourish, prosper, and be successful? And what came to mind was this, and that was to envision where I wanted to see this club a year from now, a year after that, and so forth. And that required a leadership vision. And for many of you in your position as a district director, program quality director, as well as a club growth director, you're also of the mind that you have to think about, where do you want your district to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and so forth. Having a vision is very critical to that effort. Next slide, please. So in session 3, your leadership vision, we're going to discuss developing your vision and communicating your vision. So our objectives for, next slide, please. Our objectives for this particular session is to develop a future-focused vision statement and also to develop a communication plan for your district vision. Next slide, please. In looking at this particular photo in particular, as a team, you would need to think about creating a vision for your district that paints a picture of what it could be. What will your district be like in 3 years? What will your culture be like? And in your vision, how will your leaders and members be acting? How would they be energized? Will they be excited to volunteer? Is your district being recognized for outstanding achievements? All of those elements were first and foremost in my mind as far back as being a club president, long before I became a district director. And I recognized how important having a vision was to make Simply Speaking one of the finest clubs in the district. I envisioned them competing in every contest and winning contests. I envisioned them having a high standard of excellence when it came to communication development and leadership development, and overall our culture being a lot of fun and diverse. And so when anybody came to Simply Speaking to visit, they were excited about becoming a part of it, and the atmosphere was something that will enable this membership and the reputation of that club to be one that we didn't even need to advertise. People already knew about how great the club is and wanted to be a part of the experience. So what happens when it comes to being a part of a district and serving at that level, and the membership want to be a part of what you are seeking to do to make your district one of the finest in the organization? It is possible. What we're going to do today, we're going to talk a little bit about, next slide, please. Talk a little bit more about why have a vision for your district. Let's discuss that a little bit more in detail. And I will pitch the question to you, and please respond in the chat, or if you wish to verbalize it, please raise your hand. I'll be more than happy to call on you as well. And tell me, why have a vision for your district?
So you're clear on where you want to go.
Absolutely, Vanessa. So you're clear on where you want to go. So Sarah says, so you know where you're going. Trevor says, learning from the last session as a driver, it provides me with an end goal in sight. Roxanne says, so you know where you're going. Edith says, to plan for the journey. Excellent, excellent responses. Any more? JP says it's like adding the address you want to end up at in your GPS. You can develop a success plan around it. Maria says, lets people know what to expect.
Daryl, I had my hand up. You probably didn't see it, but I said to see where you are right now and decide where you want to go, where your end result where you would like to be, and planning to get there.
Excellent, excellent response. Thank you so much, Shirley. David says, provides a rallying cry for the members. Oh, absolutely. All of these are great responses. Next slide, please. So in having a vision for the district, to also add to that, an excellent Manny success path It shows others where we're going, and it excites and energizes others, just as so many of you have mentioned. Next slide, please. Oh, go back to that previous one. I didn't know that you, yeah, thank you. How can having a vision make it easier to carry out your role? And please feel free to respond via chat. Inspire others to come along. Edith says, once they know where you are going, they may feel like joining you. Christy says, sets direction for a roadmap for success. Dwayne says, gives folks something to rally around. All right, excellent. You're no longer trying to herd cats, is what David says. Also, Carrie says, members will want to go with you when they all know where they're going. Shirley says, gives an area of direction. All of these elements does help make your life easier when you can get everyone on the same page, as we commonly say. Sarah says, you know what to strategize for. And JP says, like the Cheshire Cat says, if you don't know where you're going, any path will do. In this case, you need specific direction. Otherwise, we're just spinning our wheels. We're just winging it. And when it comes to your district being successful, you can't wing your way to success. I have yet to see where people could just accidentally become successful. I don't know of any way in which that can work or has worked. Yeah. And so, and Manny says, using the vision triangle. Thank you so much. Next slide, please. Great responses, everyone. Alfred says, yeah, vision can keep you on track. Right. What are some guidelines for creating a future focused vision? You can also respond in the chat as well. I think for one portion is to think big and believe it is possible. And a vision also should be about keeping it short and simple. And lastly, making it exciting. Dwayne says outcome based. Absolutely. Alfred says, make it smart. It doesn't have to be long and drawn out like this incredibly long paragraph or novel. It just needs to be concise enough that people will remember it and move toward what they envision it will look like in the future. JP says, be specific and realistic. Maria says, doable. Excellent, excellent responses. And says, like a blueprint for a house. Excellent responses. And Manny did the pre-work. Says, use the visual concept, the acronym for that. So yes, that is, if you haven't done the pre-work and saw that particular video, it is a great video of key points that talk about how to develop a vision using the visual concept. Well done. Next slide, please. A future focused vision is this. It's about a simple, clear picture of what is possible. It's about dreaming big and focusing on success. It's expressed with feeling, because any motivational speaker that speaks, it's common that they will express what they have to say about a key point or key subject matter with feeling, so that people can fully embrace it. They can feel it within them and want to be a part of that. A vision also captures the imagination. It speaks to why Toastmasters is life-changing. And it's not a theme. That's a totally different portion. Is theme versus a vision, two different things. So always keep that in mind when it comes to what a vision is about. Next slide, please. A vision answers the questions of where we are going and what it will look like when we get there. The vision is supported by the Toastmasters International mission, excuse me, and the success plan, which both define how we will get there. And our core values provide us as a means of guiding what we do, where we are going, and guide us in the right direction. And when all three of these elements are working in tandem with each other, there is not a single goal or task that is unachievable. It's all about getting all of these elements together and getting the team on board, you as leaders of other leaders, to bring everyone together into the same focus so that we achieve the desired result. Next slide, please. As leaders, we are called on to visualize what is possible and imagine a bright future in which our district is the best it can be. Each of us imagines an image of the exciting future we see. Next slide, please. Then we align our individual visions by considering what is unique and what is shared. Next slide, please. From the discussion, we create one district vision. A district vision may be like another district vision, or it may be unique. Your district vision is not supposed to be as lofty as the Toastmasters International Envision Future. It is more of a narrower focus based on your district mission. How do you see yourself meeting your district mission of building new clubs and supporting all clubs in achieving excellence? Next slide, please. See, Toastmasters International's Envision Future is to be the first choice provider of dynamic, high value, experiential leadership and communication and leadership skills. We align our district vision with the Toastmasters International Envision Future, and this ensures we all support the Envision Future and are part of creating it. Next slide, please. We are not responsible for making Toastmasters International's Envision Future a reality by ourselves as a district. All district visions work together with clubs around the world, region advisors, the board of directors, and world headquarters to help the organization achieve its vision. Next slide, please. And at this time, we're going to deep dive into it a little bit more in a breakout room activity for developing your vision. At this time, our Zoom master will send the session workbook into the chat in the event that you may not have the session workbook, and we're going to get moving forward. Next slide, please. For the breakout room tips, be sure to click the Join Breakout Room button if you're not assigned by the Zoom master. Use the Zoom tools as needed, such as share screen, annotate, and whiteboard. Watch for broadcasts and chat messages, and use the Ask for Help button. Next slide, please. For your activity, the instructions are to complete developing your vision, part 1, brainstorming what to include in your vision, and then complete developing your vision, part 2, drafting your initial district vision message. You will need to select a spokesperson to read the vision aloud, and you have 28 minutes. You'll be starting on page 3:2 in the session workbook. We will be sending a broadcast message indicating when to stop brainstorming and to begin drafting your vision. We will also send a 2-minute warning before the end of this activity, and I will also be available to provide assistance. At this time, our Zoom master will open up the breakout rooms for you to be assigned to your designated room for this breakout session. All right, excellent, excellent.
They've all been assigned.
Thank you. That went really smoothly. All right, so
Okay.
let me double check, make sure. Okay, everybody else is good. All
Yeah.
right, excellent, excellent.
So I started 28 minutes here.
Yes, yes, start the clock.
Mhm.
Now that we have them in there, and then what we'll be doing is that you'll be sending them after 10 minutes.
Mhm.
You'll send the broadcast. You have 2 more minutes brainstorming. After 12 minutes, begin drafting your vision statement. In fact, I'll just put it in the chat. I know you have it, but I'll send
Yeah,
it to you.
I do have that all here in front of me, so that's fine.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, got that.
Perfect.
And
Yeah, I got somebody that's working on something here in the basement or so. So I got briefly interrupted. I tried to ignore it, but you know, he was being
Yeah.
courteous and knocked on the door there while I'm doing this class, you know.
Right, right.
Sometimes it's all in the timing, but it is all right. While that's going on, let me go out upstairs and take care of that. I'll be back in a second.
Definitely.
All right, I'm gonna go in and check on them, see how they're doing.
All right.
Yeah, the session 2 went great. I was glad to work with Marco in that first go around.
Okay.
See
Well,
you.
I I think
Whoa.
we are set up here to make it a great event, so.
You betcha. All right, let me go and check on.
All right.
Yeah, of course, I had to check on 26. They had some questions for me, so I was in there a little bit longer than
Oh,
usual.
no worries. No worries at
All
all.
right, last one here, 64. Let me check on them right quick.
Okay. We have 2 minutes remaining before we ascend the
All right, looks like they all have it well in hand. Thanks for sending the broadcast out. So they pretty much know what to do. Looks like from what I'm seeing there. So that's really good.
no problem at all.
They're only to share their vision statement and nothing else. It should take 30 to 50 seconds apiece. Right.
All right, we are at the 5 minute mark.
Excellent.
Okay, last message being sent right now.
Perfect.
Okay, 30-second left.
Excellent.
Okay, 5 seconds. And I'm gonna close all the rooms. I'll go ahead and close the rooms, right? So
Daryl, where do you actually live then? Since you've got that whole western area, you've got a pretty broad geographical territory.
I am in Colorado.
Okay.
The home state.
Yes. District 26 used to be a part of Region 1. And back before think about 3 years ago when they did the realignment, we're now in Region 4. But I have a lot of relationships with folks from Region 1, so glad to be a part of
Daryl, what we learned during the interview process is everyone knows you.
it. All this time I've been trying to kind of be in the background. I guess not. So much for that point.
Please.
Background with your camera and your selfie stick.
I was gonna
Oh.
say, I don't know who you're trying to impress on this call.
Oh yeah,
First of
there's
all,
that.
you need to tell them how tall you are and how much you don't blend into the background.
That's another story for another time.
Yes.
All right, well, welcome back, everyone. We will do a little whole room debrief, sharing your district number and your district vision. I will call upon the spokesperson that you've designated for each breakout room in the order of your district number, such as, for example, in this case, it's District 9, and then District 15 and 26 and so forth. So let's start with District 9. Who is our spokesperson for District 9?
That would be me, Daryl. This is Karen Mobley. I'm the PQD for District 9. And the vision we've come up with is we have strong, healthy, vibrant clubs with members stepping up to take leadership roles. Our culture embraces mentorships and growth. Back to you, Daryl.
Thank you. Let's hear from District 15, who is our spokesperson. Thank you so much.
That's me. Hello, everybody. I am District 15 District Director, and thinking about the discussion that we had in that room and the notes that we were taking, we feel that District 15's vision can be summarized in 3 words for this year. It's communication, leadership, and team. Back to you, Daryl.
Right. Thank you so much. Next, let's hear from District 26.
That is me, Victoria Cox, District Director. So D26 leadership understands the needs of the members because they are the reason we grow. We enrich clubs and members through support and market through our community in order to grow clubs and serve more people. We will attract leaders by providing on-demand resources and support for all of our members and understanding their ongoing needs. We create a strong foundation for incoming leaders.
Excellent. Thank you so much, District 26, Victoria. Next, we will hear from District 44, who is our spokesperson for District 44.
Good afternoon. That is me. My name is Rod Alexander. District 44's vision is to become the leading resource in our region for personal development and the place to go to grow. We want to foster a sense of belonging and inclusivity that is welcoming and inviting. And this will allow us to offer the Toastmasters experience to everyone throughout all parts of our region. Throughout all parts of our district, excuse me.
Well done, outstanding. Thank you. Next, we will hear from District 50. Who is our spokesperson for District 50?
Thank you, Daryl. That would be me, Dwayne Wannick, District Director. What we came up with is, in addition to building new clubs and supporting all clubs and achieving excellence, District 50 believes in fostering innovation and collaboration to provide personal and organizational growth. To achieve our objectives, we will thrive in a culture of diversity, reimagination, and enjoyment while holding on to the traditions that have been cornerstones of our past success.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Next, we will hear from District 64, who is our spokesperson.
Michael, will you present for us, please?
Oh, yep. All right. Yep. I didn't want to step on you, Alfred. My name is Michael Bayer. I'm the Program Quality Director in District 64, and our vision is to become a distinguished district by enhancing the member experience to drive excellence and member growth.
That is terrific. Thank you so much, Michael, for that. At this time, let's hear from District 68, who is our spokesperson.
District 68. Our vision is to engage and empower our members to envision their future and reach their fullest potential in a culture of doing and practicing in a safe haven.
Excellent. Thank you so much, District 68. That is great. Last but not least, let's hear from District 111.
That's me, Edith. Together, we develop talents in our clubs in Brazil.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So tell me, district leaders, what are your reactions to hearing these visions. I see JP has responded, and I see several others as well. JP had mentioned outstanding for one of the place to go to grow. Love it. Great response. Thank you.
I think Daryl, it helped us learn different words on how to say sort of the same thing, but what would be more attractive to somebody that's not in our role. So I think it's really important that we possibly even put that as the first thing on our webpage, what is the mission for the district? But finding that balance, like using the grow one, I mean, that's awesome. That was a great phrase.
Absolutely. Well said, everyone. Next slide, please. Thank you all for your comments in the chat. They're excellent. In our review, in developing your vision, it is a simple, passionate vision that keeps people engaged. And it also paints the picture, and it can be achieved. Next slide, please. At this time, we're going to take a 10-minute break. And so we will return for the remainder of our session about, let's see here, I would say 12:07. Is that about right? Or
That's 10 minutes. That would be right.
Yes, that's
all right. I will see you at 12:07. If you can go ahead and start the clock for us, Patrick. We will be ready to resume after our 10-minute break. Go ahead and stretch. Go ahead and take care of business. And I will see you all back after the break. Thank you. stand by. We're having just an issue. Looks like we might be having some technical difficulties here, but we're going to go ahead and. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, everyone. We're going to go ahead and move forward. We're having some technical difficulties. My Zoom master is working on it. When it comes to communicating your vision, Daniel Rex, CEO of Toastmasters International, says, when as a leader, you are tired of communicating your vision and people are becoming tired of hearing it, then perhaps you've communicated it enough. You will know when your vision has come to life, when you hear others sharing the message and using it to guide their actions. As a district leader, I can't think of a better way in which for us to know that we're getting everyone on the same page, focused, and also excited about the direction we're going, than when people emulate and copy what we are sharing to get us to the direction and to the desired place that we want to go. It's about, vision is also about desired effect. In addition to impact, in addition to influence. And when we get buy-in from our team members, from our fellow leaders, and those that we seek to help bring them to a better place, bring the district to a better place, it has an amazing impact, positive impact overall. Let me see. I was hoping we could get to the next slide. Next slide, please. Perfect, perfect. Glad we got that worked out. Next slide, please. All right, I think we're back on track now. Think of a time when a vision was communicated poorly. What impact did it have? Please discuss your responses in the chat. And if you wish to raise your hand and maybe perhaps verbally respond, that is fine as well. JP had mentioned no one knew what was going on, and the organization imploded. Trevor says, boss having different expectations for my performance than I had. Yeah, that can happen. Let's see. Maria said no one knew what was going on and what we were doing. Isn't that for some confusion? David said it had zero impact, resulting in no change. What an awful situation to find yourself in, as particularly being a part of a team where you're not the leader. Vanessa says it wasn't clear and I didn't understand what that had to do with me. Manny says disgruntled and frustrated members. Yeah, all of them are negative impacts on understanding, okay, if a person envisions a particular direction that they want to go with a team to make it better and for it to be able to move forward to a higher place of success, it needs to be communicated in a manner in which that people understand it. It's clear, concise, and can move and enables people to move forward. Some examples also, teams focused on their own projects. It causes them to be focused on their own projects and we're not willing to support other teams. The sense of excitement and urgency is missing when it's communicated poorly. There's also less innovation and creativity. and people did not know how their work contributed to the higher goal or the larger goal. Great responses, everyone. Next slide, please. Think of a time when a vision was communicated well. What impact did it have? All right, and share it with me in chat. Lay it on me. Karen said, provided focus. Dwayne said, rallied the troops. Excellent.
Daryl,
Yes, ma'am.
I want to give you a really good example of a well articulated vision. Shirley, our district director, her vision coming into this year, actually at the end of last year, she goes, hey, what I want is for us to have a strategic 3 to 5 year plan so everyone understands what they can get out of Toastmasters and they can step in to leadership and not having to recreate a lot of processes and stuff like that. I was sold. I saw myself doing it. I understood what I could contribute to the vision, and I was excited, and I'm all in on making sure that happens this year.
Excellent, excellent example. Thank you so much. JP mentioned everyone started pulling in the same direction. The results were extraordinary. Shirley says great teamwork and focus. Manny says encouraged and engaged members. Edith says people repeated it in an enthusiastic way. Then we knew we had reached them. I love that. Roxanne says people worked well with each other. Christy says everyone was on the same page and moving ahead. And Maria said happy people and united work. That's what an actual vision communicated well will produce. It will produce the type of impact and results that are needed for people to get to where we would like to guide them to as well. David says, you just graduated from being a professional cat herder. Yeah, and those of you who have cats as pets, I'm sure you probably are well acquainted with that concept and what that means. All right, let's go ahead and move forward to the next slide, please. All right, we're going to deep dive into this next breakout room activity, which is communicating your vision. And what we're looking to do in this one is to brainstorm a list of ways to communicate the vision for about 10 minutes. Next, for 8 minutes, prioritize the list and add due dates. And so in this activity, you will be in breakout rooms with peers from a number of different districts to brainstorm ways to communicate your vision and develop a communication plan, excuse me. Next slide, please. All right. For this breakout, be sure to click Join Breakout Room button. Use the Zoom tools as needed, such as share screen, annotate, and whiteboard. Watch for broadcast and chat messages, and use the Ask for Help button. Next slide, please. Thank you. For this particular activity, brainstorm ways to communicate the vision, create a communication plan, and you will have 18 minutes for this activity. You'll be starting from page 3:4 of the session workbook. We will send a broadcast message when it is time to move from brainstorming to creating your communication plan. We will send a 2-minute warning before the end of the activity, and I will be available to answer questions and provide assistance. At this time, we're going to open up the breakout rooms for you to begin to participate. Excuse me. And we will go from there. Will be a total of 4 groups. So be sure that you go to your particular assigned group at this time. Oh, I need to get me some water. Wow. Perfect. All right. Last but not least, Mr. Silva. Let's see, we can put you in group 1. Let's see here. Yeah, you'll be going to group 1. Let me see if we can assign you there. All right. Oops, I think I sent the wrong person there. There. All right,
Do
we'll
you
fix
want
it.
me, you want me to do it or?
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I got him. Sorry about that. I inadvertently put you in there, Patrick. Sorry.
No, please.
All right, we good. Yeah, I had eaten something earlier, so I got a tickle in my throat there. So the worst
Yeah.
possible time. I'm going to grab something, right? Get some water. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Okay.
Oh, and what happened? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your phone, your call there.
I was just asking you to come back because the break was over and you were not on the screen.
Oh, I thought oh, okay, yeah, because I was probably stopped video. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had noticed after I was looking for you. I said, "Oh crap, I'm not even on."
Yeah.
Okay.
I was there. So I during the break, I took the time to create. I mean, before the break, I had already created the second breakout room, so it was ready. So I was
Okay,
just
excellent. You did great, brother. I appreciate it. Let me go and grab me some water right quick.
yeah, definitely.
All right. All right, I'm going to go and visit these folks.
Okay.
Look like Ricardo Silva was a late arrival.
Looks like yes.
Because I was looking for him earlier. Everyone else was present and accounted for except for
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
But let him discuss that with me later on. All right, I'm going to go into group 4, see how they're doing.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. They're engaged and having discussions, so good stuff.
That's good. That's good.
I think we're also making good time because we're almost at the review portion. Let's see here. Yep. Oh, I think I think we can get well within our time for 1 o'clock. So
We are at the 2 minute mark, so I'm gonna send this last podcast message.
Excellent. All right, so welcome back, everyone. I trust that you had a great discussion as I was peeking into each of your breakout rooms. So with that said, what we'll do during this debrief is, what is your best communication idea? I'd like your responses to be somewhat around 30 seconds, or you can share something also in the chat as well. Who would like to share their best communication idea in 30 seconds? Go.
Well,
See Maria,
this-
go ahead.
Yeah, I'll jump in. Actually, it just came right at the end. And the best is people need to see a message several times before they will act on it. And thinking about that, it's like, oh my goodness, that's true. So you have to use tons of different venues to get your message out.
That is so true. Thank you so much. Who else? Victoria, go ahead.
So I got voluntold, but what we basically did was we talked about how important everybody needs to know. So really involve the trio chairs and the managers, and then the division directors and the area directors, and even have like a district-wide town hall to just share the message and do it different, all throughout the entire year. So that you're not stepping on people's toes or anything, but just kind of let every level know what is going on.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Vanessa also added in the chat, incentive for the members to embody the district vision. That is so true. Anyone else like to share an idea? JP, yes, sir.
All right, we were actually thinking we were going to share the whole thing, but I'll bring up one that was brought up toward the end with us, and it's in two parts. In the spirit of what you shared with Dan Rex earlier about sharing so often that people finally get sick of it. One of the things that we came up with was how do we communicate this outside of our group? So using social media as well as our internal blasts and making that the vision statement, the cornerstone of all of our communication, not just to our members and clubs and leaders, but also to anybody who might visit our social media sites so that we can attract more members because they know what we're doing. Back to you.
Excellent, thank you. Anne also mentions our group came up with an idea from D111 district director to create a Zoom background and use as an email blast and communicate to all stakeholders. Oh, great responses, everyone. This is excellent. I'm sure that you have a ton other ones as well to share. Thank you so much. All of these communication ideas are fantastic. Next slide, please. All right, let's go ahead and review communicating your vision. And in this particular session, we discussed communicating constantly about the vision itself, and of course, communicating it well. And also to share the picture in the puzzle box is how we can bring elements of the vision from others together and enabling it to become one. Next slide, please. And for this particular session in leadership vision, it's about developing your vision and communicating your vision. What's really important with regards to the vision being spoken or being part of a statement, that it first and foremost needs to become a part of us as the leaders who are conveying it. If we don't come across believable and we don't come across in a manner in which we believe in the very vision that we're conveying, no one else has reason to believe it either, or to believe in the vision either. So it has to become a part of us first and foremost. This is something that we can easily recite, something that we can easily reflect upon, that kind of vision that we can think about of what's possible, and sharing that with the degree of motivation, of passion, and really believing in this vision so much, and believing in all of the people who are affected by it. That's how you can most effectively communicate a vision that you've developed. Next slide, please. I'd like for all of you to take 10 seconds of silence to contemplate this slide. And with that, what does it mean to you? Share your thoughts in the chat with regards to that. And if you wish to save the chat, the 3 dots on the far right-hand side next to your name is where you can save the entire chat for this session. Yes, Ricardo says, our desire to impact lives brought us here. JP says, Toastmasters has changed the direction of my life. I will continue to serve because I want to see the same kind of impact on others. Edith says, to make a difference with other people together. Dwayne says, we are where we are because of the commitment of those before us. Yes, indeed. Christy says, we pay it forward to help others develop leadership skills. And that passion that all of us have that brought us to this place, we didn't do it by ourselves, just as so eloquently said by Edith. It's us. Passion led us here together as one. And as a result of that, being able to move forward into that promising future that was conveyed through the vision that we have established for ourselves and for our team. Next slide, please. And Shirley also, Victoria mentioned my passion, wanting to help people understand the programs for their own personal goals to grow. Shirley says the desire and need to help and empower others to their best potential, passionate about the needs of others. And also, I can't pronounce his name. I'm going to go with T. I'm sorry. Helping others to help ourselves. I would like for all of you to please complete the assessment. The link is going to be added by our Zoom master. Thank you very much. We'd like for you to be sure to provide feedback or tell us what you thought of this particular session. And when you have completed the assessment, please indicate in the chat that you've completed it with done, like I have indicated in the chat here. While people are completing that, please proceed to the next slide. What is next is session 4A, B, and C of role breakouts. Be sure to check your schedule for dates, times, and meeting links, and access the pre-work. And I want to thank all of you who have taken the time out to do the pre-work so that you were best prepared for this class, because it was clearly evident by the responses of all of you that that you have done the pre-work, which also makes these classes that much more enriching. So I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for completing the assessment. And we are coming to a close. And I think that we've done a great job here. It made great time. I want to thank all of you for the opportunity to facilitate this with you. I got a lot out of your responses. So it wasn't just the content itself that I found that was good for you. What your responses also, and in being engaged in it and interactive, has also been enriching for me as well. So thank you all for your time. And those of you who are going to be in my next session here for 4A, I look forward to seeing you all. And the rest of you, enjoy yourselves for the remainder of the training. And I will see you next time in maybe an upcoming class. Thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks, Daryl. Great job.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daryl.
Thank you. Take
Yes,
care.
great session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, as always, Daryl. Thanks.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Patrick, it's great to actually see you again.
Thank you, JP. It was a pleasure.
All right, take care, my friends.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, just hang on, Patrick, right quick.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that, yeah, when our next class begins, what time is that one? Just want to make sure I'm on point here for the
It
next.
should be
2 p.m.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, we
mean-
did great.
Yeah.
We made great time, and yeah, we had until 1 o'clock, and you know we're about 5, 6, 7 minutes, 8 minutes ahead of schedule. Good
Yeah.
stuff. All right then, my brother, I'm gonna go ahead and sign us off here, and
Okay.
I will see you at 2 o'clock, my brother.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Well done today, man. This was awesome.